cavalry's arrived. And it looks like they sent in the big guns.
That ship. I've never seen it.
Amazing, isn't it?
Right.
We call our ship the Prydwen. If she's here, Elder...
Uh-huh. Who's Elder Maxon?
Maxon? Man's a lunatic.
Maxon is the commander of this division.
Uh-huh.
He's the model of what every brother... If we're going to war, I can promise you. That being said, I've received orders that we're both to report. Follow me up to the roof of the police station. We're going.
I've gotten some intel on more artifact location.
That minigun in front of you is loaded and ready to fire. If you spot anything hostile during the flight, I suggest you put it to good use. Make sure you properly identify your targets before you start shooting. We don't want to have any mishaps and fire on the locals. The Commonwealth looks different from up here, doesn't it? It never ceases to amaze me how drastically your perception of the battlefield changes from the air. We're gonna need that edge when we take on the Institute. They've already proven that they're technologically superior, which means there's no telling what types of weapons they'll have in their arsenal. Hopefully, our air superiority and tactical know-how will make the difference. Now all we have to do is find them. And I'm betting that Elder Maxon will have a plan already in place by the time we arrive. They've been blinded by rumors and misinformation. They don't realize that the Brotherhood of Steel is the Commonwealth's last hope for survival. Every man, woman, and child below is in mortal danger. If we fail, it's only a matter of time before the enemy overwhelms the population. Cleansing the Commonwealth is our duty, and I will gladly spill my own blood if it ensures our victory. We're on final approach to the airport. The Prydwen should be coming into view just ahead. We'll be meeting Lancer Captain Kells on the flight deck. Just stick close to me and answer all of his questions.
How we doing on the hunt for Eddie's tapes?
Permission to come aboard, sir?
Permission granted, and welcome back, Paladin. Allow me to be the first to congratulate you on a successful mission. And is this our new recruit?
Yes, sir. I feel promoted him to initiate, and I'd like to sponsor his entry into our rankings personally.
Yes, we've read your reports. You'll be pleased to know that Elder Maxon's approved your request and placed the recruit in your charge.
Thank you, sir. And my current orders?
You are to remain on the Prydwen and await further instructions.
Very good, sir. Ad Victoriam, Captain.
Ad Victoriam, Paladin. So, you're the one Paladin Danse has taken under his wing. You don't look much like a soldier to me.
Sorry to disappoint you.
Sorry? A little soft around the edges, aren't you? If you want to earn your place among the best, you need to toughen up. I've read Paladin Dance's reports. You might expect an endorsement like that to grant you a great deal. The Brotherhood of Steel has traveled to the...
Sure.
As the captain of this vessel, I won't allow anyone. Understood?
Absolutely.
Good. That's all for now, soldier. Your orders are to proceed to the command deck for the address. After which, Elder, if you have any questions, ask me now.
Can you tell me anything about
Elder Maxon is the... Without his tenacity and his... In a mere deck, he's an inspiration. Is there anything else?
I don't have any questions.
Then I suggest you head over to... Dismissed.
Right.
You disgust me.
Not much of a sight yourself.
Brothers and sisters, The road behind has been long and fraught with difficulty. Each and every one of you has surpassed my expectations by rapidly facilitating our arrival in the Commonwealth. You have accomplished this amazing feat without a hint of purpose or direction. And most impressively, without question. Now that the ship is in position, it is time to reveal our purpose and our beneath the Commonwealth. There is a cancer, known as the Institute. A malignant growth that needs to be cut before it infects the surface. They are experimenting with dangerous technologies that could prove to be the world's undoing for the second time in recent history. The Institute scientists have created a weapon that transcends the destructive nature of the atom bomb. They call their creation the Synth, a robotic abomination of technology that is free-thinking and masquerades as a human being. This notion that a machine could be granted free will is not only offensive, but horribly dangerous. And like the atom, if it isn't harnessed properly, it has the potential of rendering us extinct as a species. I am not prepared to allow the Institute to continue this line of experimentation. Therefore, the Institute and their synths are considered enemies of the Brotherhood of Steel, and should be dealt with swiftly and mercilessly. This campaign will be costly, and many lives will be lost. But in the end, we will be saving humankind from its worst enemy. Itself. Ad Victoriam!
Ad Victoriam!
Ad Victoriam!
I care about them, you know. The people of the Commonwealth.
I can see that. They're playing with fire and we...
Exactly. I refuse to allow the mistakes of the...
What do you want from me?
I want you to start taking responsibility for this plan. And from what I've read in Paladin Dance, seeing as he's one of my most respected, therefore, from this moment, and befitting your title...
I'll do my best to live up to it.
I'm certain that you will. In any event, once you're finished becoming welcome aboard the Pridwin, soldier.
Delta sequence initiated. Completion time, 14 minutes.
So how did it look out there?
Dance?
There you are. How did it go with Elder Max?
I was very impressed with him. He seems...
Exactly. I just hope you appreciate how much... Not to put too fine a point...
Don't worry. I'll be careful.
Good. Because we've got a lot of work ahead. Now, I know you're eager to hop into a suit of power armor and take the fight to the Institute. In order to be an effective part of the team, you need... Since I've been officially assigned to you as your sponsor...
Do you need to come with me now?
It might help if I tagged along with you. On the other hand, you might want to make your first impression without a paladin standing over your shoulder.
I'll go it alone for now, and come find you when I'm ready.
Suit yourself. I'll be in the mess.
Have you ever fired a minigun? Chews through barrels like paper.
The food in the mess hall isn't bad. Well, as long as you don't smell.
There. Try it now.
Put 2 in the head and they'll stay dead. Advice to live by.
Ah, good. You're finally here. Just set the books down anywhere. I'll get to them as soon as I can.
What are you doing with all these books?
I suppose I could stop...
Makes sense to get rid of the trash.
Well, I'm pleased you agree. Since it's obvious that you aren't who I...
Maxon wanted me to meet the crew, so...
Ah, yes. Under normal circumstances, However, I'm woefully behind. Unfortunately...
Maybe I can lend you a hand.
That would be splendid. As you patrol the Commonwealth, keep your eyes open for...
Sure.
I'm authorized to pay you, and if you wish to be assigned to... in any event.
Glad you finally stopped by, soldier. Are you ready for your medical exam?
Sure. Go right ahead.
All right. I'm going to ask you a series of medical-related questions.
Sure.
First question. As a child, were you ever exposed to radiation for an extended period of time?
Wouldn't Vault-Tech's screening process have caught this already?
Vault-Tech's screening process? Let me check my notes.
Right.
You were a Vault dweller? You're probably healthier than anyone else aboard. Anyway, sorry I missed that in your records. Just going... Okay, second, have you ever had or come in contact with a person confirmed to be carrying a communicable disease?
Have you had problems with the crew catching diseases?
Well, yes. It's not unusual for our recon. We don't want a single... Anyway, this exam is about you, so...
Honestly, I don't remember.
Well, you don't appear to be suffering. Third question. Have you ever had sexual relations with any species considered non-human?
No. Never have.
Very well. Last question. Would you have any problems pulling the trigger on an enemy of the Brotherhood, whether they're human, formerly human, or machine?
If my life's in danger, I'll do whatever it takes to defend myself.
That's an acceptable answer, and the most common. Excellent. I think I've got all the information I need. I see no reason to prevent you from beginning your duties immediately. If you ever need medical assistance, you...
I'm pleased we were assigned to the same team.
If you need it, there's shelter and
Tegan.
supplies at the
Step
police
forward,
station in
Knight.
Cambridge.
Even though they've locked me in this blasted cage.
Looks uncomfortable in there.
It's not that bad. Now, this is the stowage depot, and I, as you probably already guessed, am the ship's quartermaster, Proctor Tegan. The powers that be have... If you need to stock up on...
That's good to know.
I'm glad you're the agreeable. When I tell most of the new recruits that they have to buy them, the good news is by having a constant flow of caps. Yeah, I'm mostly interested. Of course, if you...
I could use some extra caps.
You need them. And I... just involves a little bit of heavy lifting. And since I'm stuck up here, man, after you're done with them... In the meantime, if you ever need anything else...
So, you're the new recruit I heard about. Huh, not what I was expecting.
What were you expecting?
The last batch of recruits we took on were wastelanders. Dirty, beaten up, looking for a handout. They were desperate and looking for an easy out. You look like you're here for a reason. Anyway, since you came down here to meet me, we may as well get... My name's Ingram. And this lovely little Greek. If your power armor's too tight in the crotch, the Pridwin's about to crash into the...
Sounds like you have a pretty full plate.
Plate. Hell. There isn't a day that goes by. And since I'm stuck in this rig...
You feel like telling me how you ended up that way?
That's a little personal, don't you think?
Would it help if I promised not to tell anyone else?
I'm not really looking for sympathy. And honestly... Anyway, I'm sure you're here... There's a pretty decent T6... Oh, and if you need any work done on it... Now, if you'll excuse...
Doesn't it feel good to be a part of something as important as the Brotherhood?
Liberating the colony.
Elder.
Now that you've familiarized yourself with the Pridwin's crew.
Just point me to the action.
I applaud your enthusiasm. Let's get right to it then. Shall we? Take a look over there. That's Fort Strong. Having those aberrations of nature close. To make matters worse, I want you to head over there. Understood?
Consider it done.
Look, I realize you're eager to take the fight to the Institute. But it'll have to wait. The Brotherhood cannot allow...
Keeping nukes out of the hands of...
Now, we have a vertibird. Use it to carry our message.
Right.
Dismissed.
I can get used to this.
Welcome aboard, Knight. Instruments are green, and we're cleared for release. Target acquired. I'll try and keep him in your sights. Primary target down. Look at that thing bleed. I'm gonna find a place to set her down and then hightail it back to the Pridwin for repairs.
Got it.
Oh, no!
There's a whole bunch of you, aren't there? For now.
This is what that looks like! Up close!
Come on!
Oh, wounded!
Now I'm...
little babies.
I wonder if this is normal.
What's that?
What was that?
Dance?
Look at this place. You must hate these mutants as much as I do.
Why do you hate super mutants so much?
Hate's too gentle a word. These monstrosities are just another example of man. I've been fighting for years, trying to put a... I've seen what these super mutants do to people. Can you imagine what the synths would do? It would be Armageddon repeated, and maybe the end of everything that we hold. Look, I don't mean to bore you with my rhetoric. I just want you to understand.
Don't apologize. It reminds me.
Thank you, brother. It's good to know you. Anyway, that's what's important here is that you got the job. You should head back up to the Pridwin and talk to Maxon. I'm sure he'll dismissed.
Outstanding work at Fort Strong, soldier.
It was an honor fighting for the Brotherhood.
I'm glad you feel that way. Because in order to bring the Institute to its knees, we need to use every weapon at our disposal. I try to supply my soldiers with the best. Signal grenades can call a vertibird to your location when you need aerial charge. Simply throw one to the ground, and the vertibird will hone in on the unique electromagnetic smoke it emits. Once you're aboard, use the map on your Pip-Boy to interface with the pilot's navigation system. So he'll be...
Will the vertibird stay and help me fight?
I'm afraid I can't spare a fully armed gunship for this task. A stand... Of course. Nothing's stopping.
Thank you, Elder. I'll make good use of them.
I expect that you will. Now, I'm sure you're aware that Fort Strong was simply the first step towards an even greater task lies ahead. The Institute and everyone responsible for the creation of the synths must be eliminated. At all costs.
off in a moment.